A pride of lions is a group of lions, and today we're going to talk about the Lions Club here in Wadsworth. With me to help the explanation along is Chris Easton, Terry Bowers, Neil Hatzinger, and Dr. Steve Daniels. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How long has the Lions Club been in existence here in Wadsworth?
It's been here roughly 68 years. It's been here a long time. I believe it's the oldest service organization in Wadsworth.
Okay. And how many members do you have?
104 to the present time. We're a little bit down. We had as much as 118 at one time.
That's not too bad, though?
One of the largest clubs in Ohio.
Oh, is it really?
As far as Lions clubs.
Okay. Where do you meet, and when does that take place?
We meet up at the Masonic Temple on High Street, and that's every Thursday afternoon for lunch program.
How do the lunches take place? Do you have them catered? Surely you don't cook them.
No. They're served by the ladies of the Eastern Star here in Wadsworth.
Oh, I see. And what kinds of things do you discuss at your meetings?
A variety of activities, everything from happenings in Wadsworth to issues that are of importance. We have a speaker at every meeting that's usually of importance and an interesting program. Just a variety of things happening at our weekly luncheons.
Okay. At these luncheons, I know you mentioned also about your community service. You have specific services that you perform on a yearly basis. I mean, every quarter you know what's coming up, what's going to be happening.
Yeah, we have seasonal activities as well as regular activities that we conduct throughout the year as community service projects. Recently we completed a poinsettia sale and raised a lot of money in that, and we have regular community service activities, a variety of those.
Okay, ready to go? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're glad to be here and to work for the Lions Club today. Should tell you that every one of my crew came on their own. They have come and decided they would donate their time. Everybody donates their time here. None of us get any pay. All goes to the Lions Club. They've been very good to us. They've given us some steak dinners and etc. I should tell you that there was one gentleman here in the Wadsworth area. I don't see him here yet today, but he'll be here later. I'm sure he came to me and he said, you know, I came to Wadsworth a number of years ago, and we didn't have anything. We were very poor. We were out of Appalachia. And he said, the Lions Club took my kids out of the classroom, took them, had their eyes examined, they did need glasses, and they bought them glasses. And this Lions Club right here today is the one that did it for them, and he said, now it's my turn to pay him back. He comes nearly every time they have a sale, this is one of the better buyers.
Also, really thank from way down deep, Tom Huckman and John from Kmart and Kmart. It was a super place. Mainly for the scholarship fund. And I think, unless I can be corrected as Ray here, I think the net figure after advertising and the consignments and everything, we made $3 grand, right? Ray? Pretty close to that. So it was pretty successful.
The winners this year of the scholarship from the Lions Club are David Perrin, Mark Lutz, and Leanne Kalbetzer. Would they please come forward?
How do the officers come up through the chairs? I mean, you automatically become, what, treasurer, secretary after you've been in for a year or two, or those people who aren't at the meeting at the nominating committee are president, right?
We have first, second, and third vice president and the president. Those are the 4 chair positions. The normal progression goes through there. We also have a tail twister.
And you mean that's an officer?
Yes, he's a sergeant-at-arms that has, he can do anything he feels fit as far as finding people for any particular bit of dirt that he may pick up on them throughout the week from another Lion member or from any person. But he has free rein to fine anybody for any particular thing he can embarrass them for.
Who do you think you are?
All the presidents go past presidents go back and say that.
You don't carry any weight around here.
I didn't carry
Lion San Paulo. Sam, it's nice to see you today. We have missed you the last couple of weeks.
No.
You were here last week.
Here the week before last.
You were out here last week. I'm just wondering if it may have anything to do with the fact that your neighbor, Stokey Baby, and his lovely, lovely wife Barbara live right next door to you. Stokey left for Saudi Arabia last week. You didn't know that? Where did she tell you he went?
She just said he was working someplace else. We really don't talk about John when he's gone.
Enough said. You said he was going to sell sliding glass doors to the Arabs for their tents.
I don't have a quarter. You'll have to trust me for it. I don't have a quarter.
Wrong. What have you got?
Give me change.
You got a watch or something?
Give me some change and I'll
Change?
change. How about 23 cents? On the foot.
Mayor Hanna, would you stand, please? Would you stand, please? I don't want him to be short. Stand up. What are you doing interfering with this business over here?
Say I have to break a I don't have it with me.
Gary Lovely, stand up.
There you go.
By the way, since you don't have one, I know you really do.
Thank you.
Gary, I have a true and false. You're probably going to wonder, how do I find out these things? Gary, is it true that recently you had some car trouble? True. Speak up.
True.
Is it true that you felt that it was your battery?
True.
True. Is it true that you knocked on Charlie's door?
True.
True. Does he run a gas station? Everybody in this club stops at Charlie's door when they have a car problem. Is it true that you stopped at his house?
Yeah.
Is it true that you were on a hill?
Yes.
That's still true. Did you say push standard shift, true or false?
Is it a standard shift?
Yes.
True.
True. Were you going to push that car down that hill and kickstart it?
True.
True. Did you kickstart it that way? True.
No, false.
It didn't start. Is it true that it didn't start because you didn't turn the key on? Good at the ladies' night. How many of you were not at the ladies' night? Okay. Gerald Mike Alexander, would you stand up, please? Now, I wouldn't want to say this wrong, but let me start out by saying what I remember. Mike and his lovely wife, Meg, went on a cruise. Is that correct? Am I right so far?
He said don't answer.
Stand up. Want to answer these questions and pay the consequences?
Yeah.
Okay. You remain standing. He and his wife, Meg, were on a cruise. Is that correct? Okay. Did I have a formal get-together to go to on the ship?
Captain's dinner.
Captain's dinner. Okay, so you're supposed to at least wear a tie, maybe even a tux for the captain's dinner.
You want to go first class, tie and
And I'm sure General Mike would want to go first class, right?
with his uniform.
Okay. Now, can you explain to me, Consular, why the man would have
2 left shoes?
Actually, it's all in good fun, and it's mostly activities that everyone's aware of. If someone locks their keys in a car, or if they have a little fender bender, or get a parking ticket, or have a situation that's embarrassing, it's raised in front of the whole group, and they're fined a quarter, and it's all in good fun. It's an important part of the program.
Okay. Well, it's obviously a social organization.
Yes.
In addition to everything else. Right. Okay, you want to tell me a little bit about the national committees?
One of the things we're embarking on is a Campaign Sight First program, which is a national fundraising effort to help eradicate preventable blindness. And the 1.4 million Lion members worldwide are coming together to try to raise $200 million to prevent blindness. And that is a big national commitment that the Lions clubs worldwide are all getting together on, and that's just one of the many national programs that goes on.
How does Wadsworth enter into this program?
Sight First is a campaign that's been undertaken in a big way here at Wadsworth as well. As one of those international clubs, we have challenged each of our members, and we're having 2 major activities in the community coming up in April, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But basically our goal is one that's one time only. We don't ask our members for money. They pay their dues, and they pay for their luncheons, and there are fines from the tail twister, but this is a one-time program, as Chris said, to help cure or prevent blindness throughout the world. And our goal is $50,000 here in Wadsworth, and I know that sounds to be an awfully high goal for any one project, but we have it broken down into 3 different groups, and we're very confident and excited and enthused that we can make that goal.
There's some local activities I know that go on here in the club too. One of you want to tell me about them? Neil?
We have a lot of local activities that take place. Our site service, our glaucoma. We have a Mr. Suit sale that's going to be coming up here this month in March in Wadsworth that we want to get people involved in. We have our poinsettia sale. Our broom and bulb sale takes place when the Lions Club goes to the neighborhoods selling brooms and light bulbs for our fundraisers. Many different activities take place. Our scholarship fund for seniors at the high school, we give scholarships for our local seniors. We're involved in numerous different fundraisers and giving out support to many areas in the community.
Okay. Hey, elaborate on was it Mr. Suit? Is that
Yes.
like sell suits?
Yes. Yes, we're going to be having a suit sale in March. The 23rd, I believe, is the date of it. 2 days of it, 22nd and 23rd. And we'll be selling suits. And
Okay, what, do you sell them similarly to as you do the brooms, door to door, is it?
No, that's held generally at the Masonic Temple.
Oh, I see.
At a specific location for a few days, and Lions Club members volunteer.
I was just kidding about door to door. Well, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think the other activities that we do, the glaucoma clinics and the amblyopia assistance, those are key service activities that we do, and those probably more identify with the national goals of Lions. I don't know if someone wants to talk about one of those. Those seem to be...
The glaucoma clinic deals mainly with the local adult population. They're tested for glaucoma, they're tested for hypertension, and elevated levels of blood glucose. And it's merely a screening, but generally every year we hold this in the fall. There are some people that need to go on for further testing to find out if there's things they have that can be treated. And it's a service that we perform free to the community.
Do you go to like senior citizen centers, or do you provide that service at the Masonic Temple?
That particular service is generally held in the fellowship hall at the First Methodist Church.
Oh,
excuse me, United Methodist Church.
Okay.
On Broad Street, and it's generally held on a Sunday afternoon. The other thing locally that we do is the amblyopia clinic, and Dr. Bruce Manning and Dr. Gary Bernard, two of our local optometrists, volunteer a day along with a number of other club members to help. And they go to the grade schools and test all the early elementary children for amblyopia.
That's wonderful. I didn't know that the Lions sponsored that.
Yeah.
Lions is about sight, and we take applications from the schools and from others within the community to help those who cannot help themselves with eye exams. Many children are among those applicants, so their parents don't have money to have a complete eye exam or to fit them with glasses, and that's an ongoing project, 12 months a year.
Right. Do you all have a steak roast?
Yes. Every fall.
Just in my mind, I've seen that.
Every September we have the steak roast at the Memorial Park.
Is it social also, or
That's
is it a fundraiser?
Event. No, that's strictly a social event just for members, their wives, and guests. And all the new members of the following year are required, if possible, to serve on the committee that cooks the steaks and serves them.
Get the steak the way you want it, right? Get back at some tail twisting? Is this also part of it?
Heavy tail twisting that night.
Yeah. Now, the money you raise from these fundraisers, do they go primarily for your site programs, or do they go for the scholarship, or how do you figure out, where the money is, how the money is actually divided?
Over the years, there's been a lot of projects done in the community of Wadsworth with Lions Club money. For example, the shelter house at Memorial Park was built years ago. The Lions Club built dugouts one time at the old Miller Field and at the AC Field. The bandstand at Memorial Park was built with Lions Club labor and funds.
Paradise Village building was built out at the home there on Paradise Road. Right, that was within the last 5 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
We helped spruce up the gazebo.
So you do a lot of civic. Yeah, a lot of civic things.
Yeah, most of the projects we do on an annual basis, the money stays strictly within the local area.
Yeah, that's what I wondered.
We contribute to the parade of checks in the spring, and that goes to...
parade of checks?
Yeah, they call that a parade of checks.
Lions term, I don't know this.
Terry's been involved with that before. I think he can probably explain that a little better than I.
We have a district meeting, a convention, usually held up at around Rockside Road at Ferris Hotel. And the parade of checks simply means that there are a number of worthy organizations that Lions clubs all over Ohio donate to, including Sight Dogs. Two of the most famous eye clinics in America are right here in Akron and Cleveland. Greater Akron Eye Clinic. Dr. Gary Bernard, who's a member of our club, is also a trustee with the Greater Akron Eye Clinic. And more difficult cases are sent to those clinics for further testing or treatment. And there are other things that there's even a hearing aid association in the area that is part of that parade of checks. So there are a number of things that deal with sight mainly that we all give to, and we'll give anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, I would say, to those, and then but the rest of it stays locally.
I think that's wonderful. Gary West comes to mind. Is there a reason for this?
Gary West happens to be our District 13C district governor. He's a fabulous guy with a great sense of humor. I called him in recently to visit the club, and he's visiting all 65 clubs under his jurisdiction in Northeast Ohio. And to get to know Gary, and I think you will on some of this program that we're having. He's totally blind. Gary was stricken at age 22 after being a meat cutter by trade, and he never fails to tell some good clean jokes. And he has a sight dog, and he stops over to our club every now and then. And he's a great friend, and he's really behind our Campaign Sight First project coming up next month.
I'm Gary West. I'm a district governor for the Ohio Lions. I am totally blind, and with me is my companion and guide dog, Eston. a gift given to me by the Ohio Lions. I lost my eyesight in 1978. The optic nerve in both my eyes has died. And after the Lions were so kind to me in helping me receive a guide dog, and with my rehabilitation training, I ended up joining the Medina Lions Club. I am a lifetime resident of Medina County. In order to give back something to the community that I was able to receive, the Lions have given me hope for my future. They gave me back my self-confidence, self-respect, and the ability to get around in the community once again through the aid of a guide dog. What the Lions do in the work for the prevention of blindness and to aid those that are already blind truly gives hope for the future, not only in the community but in the world. For the Lions are the world's largest service organization and have a long-standing history of helping those with visual impairments. And truly, they are the hope for the future, and they are an inspiration to others, because truly the gift that they have given me through restoring my mobility, my self-respect, and my self-confidence is something I can never repay, but hopefully, in some small way, I can give back to the community.
A range of membership here. We have one of the oldest members, Dr. Steve Daniels, and the newest member here. Neil, you want to tell me what your impressions are so far of the club?
When I retired from my job this last summer, and I was hunting for a way to become involved in the community, and I was approached and asked about the Lions Club, and I knew very little about it. And I joined it. I went to a few meetings, and I was impressed. And one of the things, the tail twister and the fun and the camaraderie the men have at this organization really impressed me. And I thought this would be a great organization to belong to. And I joined it and just recently. And I found that the men and women of this organization back up what they say. They're proud of being a part of the community, and they give 100% back into the community, and I just wanted to be a part of that, and it's been great. It's been great for me these past 2 months.
Steve, what kind of things have you seen come and go over the time you've been a member here?
Well, I've seen a lot of people come and go.
Well, how long have you been a member first?
I'm working on 19 years now.
Okay. Joined, of course, when you were 10.
Right, yes, thank you, Lucy. It basically stays similar, but it's a very dynamic organization. It ebbs and flows. There have been some wonderful things happen through the club. I think if there's one fault the club has had over the years is maybe, at least since I've been a member, they haven't had enough exposure in the local community. Just like Neil said, he had no idea basically what the Lions Club did, and I think it's difficult, and nobody likes to blow their own horn, but all we need is a cause. You know, if we find somebody that needs help, we're going to help them. We have braillers. If people need braillers, we've gotten braille watches for blind people. We've had guide dogs that we've purchased for people over the years. Right now, there are so many social service organizations available to the public. Sometimes we have to find these people that fall in the cracks.
That's right.
And I think if more people, hopefully this show will be a benefit, if more people know we're there for them when they need help, they'll come to us. All they have to do is call one of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to come with a suggestion or an opportunity to help somebody?
Just talk to one of us, and we'll get it through the proper channels.
You know, I know also that in the tenure of years that you've been there, you've seen one of the first female members. Want to talk about that? Because I've always thought it was just a male-only club. Of course, that can't happen anymore.
Right. The new legislation in Columbus is going to do the same for country clubs, I understand. Well, that's a new twist for the club. Frankly, I think anybody that's willing to help is a welcome addition.
That's right.
Regardless of their race, creed, or gender. That's really not the issue. we're living in the 90s now, and we just have to go with the flow.
We men of the 90s.
Right. I think our new female member is a welcome addition to the club, and I think she'll prove to be a big help. She's really willing, and I think it's going to work out real good. Hopefully we'll have a few more.
Yeah. It's not static membership, so how do you get to be a member? Are you asked to apply, or do you apply on your own, or do you feel like you want to help and have some time and energy?
Our members are to seek out prospective members and invite people in the community who have the same heart in them as the Lion internationally. And the heart is, and probably we'll see on our posters, is we serve. That's our international motto, and it has been since its beginning. And the I phases of needs has been there from the beginning when Helen Keller challenged Lions members at the International Convention in 1925 to be Knights for the Blind.
The opportunity I bring to you, Lions, is this. Will you not help me hasten the day when there will be no preventable blindness, no little deaf blind child untaught, no blind man or woman unaided? I appeal to you, Lions, you who have your sight, you who are strong and kind and brave. Will you not constitute yourselves as knights of the blind in the crusade against darkness?
Raising $50,000 here in Wadsworth, I think, is, like you said, very attainable. But how are all of you going to contribute, and how are we all going to do this?
Well, first of all, this, like I said earlier, is a one-time affair.
Contribution.
There's a Lions Club International Foundation through our Oak Brook, Illinois home office and Lions International, and that is a charitable organization within Lions International. This function is to raise the large amounts of money that Chris referred to one time only to prevent and cure blindness throughout the world. Boiling it down to our local club, several of us went to the International Convention in Minneapolis last July. At that convention, I met Nancy Kerrigan. In fact, she spoke before a large group in a conference area, and her blind mother was there, and she had been chosen as the spokesperson for that reason because her mother is blind, and as you all know, skated so very nicely, representing the United States in the Olympics recently, and we're very proud of her accomplishments, and we're very proud to have her as our spokesperson as well.
My mother's blindness cannot be reversed and could not have been prevented. But now I realize that I can help millions of others who are needlessly blind by supporting Lions' campaign Sight First. I'm looking forward to working with Lions in the coming months to spread the word about your will be historic, and heroic efforts. Thank you again for having me here today and for offering me the opportunity to participate in the year of campaign Sight First.
At that meeting, I heard more about campaign Sight First, and then we assembled our group here, and we were given a goal, a challenge by International to raise a pretty good sum of money per member. And at that time, I spoke with Homer Baldwin, who is in charge of the televising of the event coming up, and the other gentlemen that are seated here are in specific areas. And I'll let them tell you a little bit about what their area is. But the event will take place, the events, April 28th, 29th, and 30th. And our club members have already pledged over $6,000 of our $10,000 goal. And So that shows that we ourselves are behind it. And by the time we get to the bowling the telethon first on the 28th, and then to the bowling tournaments, we expect to have a great amount of awareness about blindness and how we can help in our part. So first of all, Chris Easton is in charge of our member donations, doing a great job. As we know, we've got a big goal, but he's heading it up.
And the members have responded well. I think the key point that Terry raised was that this is the one time that we've asked our internal club membership for donations towards a specific fundraising activity. It's oftentimes you have to volunteer to take part in service activities, but this is a one-time action where the Lions Clubs International are asking their members to raise this for one goal worldwide, so it's a very ambitious campaign worldwide. Locally, our goal is within our own membership to raise $10,000, and as Terry said, we're well on the way to that goal. So I think that demonstrates to the local community that we've already invested ourselves, and that we're asking local community to also consider that when they think about helping us and eradicate blindness.
Great, that's wonderful.
To my left, Neil Hassinger is in charge of our bowling tournaments at Great Oaks Lanes, and I'd like for Neil to tell the audience about that activity.
We're going to have 5 different segments, the 29th and the 30th. We're going to kick off the 29th with 2 different segments of adult bowling. The 30th in the morning, we're going to have a junior bowling, and in the evening of the 30th, we're going to have 2 more segments for adult bowling. Now, the idea of this, and we want people to understand, skill is not important. It's not important that they come out and be concerned about rolling a 300 game. Many people like me don't bowl, but we're going to be there and wear the gutters out. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We want to get everybody at all possible in the community to back this program. We want businesses to sponsor teams, to get their teams in it, to help us raise this funds. We're going to ask the people to raise pledges for how many pins they knock down or whatever, or just plain contributions to back them into bowling. We're hoping our junior segment will have between 90 and 100 bowlers just in that segment alone. The adult bowling, we just want to pack Great Oaks Lanes out. We want to have every lane taken, all 4 segments, but we need the cooperation. And we want to emphasize to the people, it's skill's not important, and that's what I want people to understand. We're going to have a great time, and by doing this, by us having a great time, we're also going to be able to raise funds for the blind and to help the site. And that's the whole idea. But the people will be able to come out, have a good, clean night's fun of activity, and still raise funds for the site. And it's not to give the Lions any particular credit, but it's for the whole community to come together to raise funds, and this is a fun way to do it.
I don't have a team, but I want to join. Can individuals? Would I call Great Oaks? Would I call you? Would I call the Lions?
Call us. You can call me at home at 336-7719. I have people, Fran Ellis is in charge helping me, Dave Walters, any one of us to contact. John Conover is sponsoring these. He's getting up the junior bowling league. So one person does not have to be a team. We don't want to shut anybody out. A single individual can come in and bowl and just have a great time. We'll all get together and have fun.
Oh, that's great. Keith, what's your role?
I got assigned the telethon. And the telethon is going to run Thursday, April 28th from 6 to 12 p.m. and also Saturday, April 30th from 3 to 7. We're lining up some good entertainment. If anybody has some suggestions from the community or would like to perform, or if they would like to help man some telephones for an hour or 2, they're welcome to call me at my office, 334-1641. We're lining up some disc jockeys from 2 local radio stations to MC the event, so we're going to try to make it a first-rate thing. We're even there's rumors we're trying to get one of the Browns to come down, or ex-Browns to come down.
Oh, that'd be exciting. So they're coming down here to the studio, WCTV, and you're going to be running how long? Is it going to be 12 hours?
Well, it'll be 6 hours on Thursday night and 4 hours on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, that's wonderful. So. And then you'll have a phone number where people can call in their pledges. You're going to tally. I'm just thinking of what a normal telephone, Jerry Lewis telephone would be.
Exactly. Can't get Jerry Lewis, but...
We don't want Jerry Lewis, we've got you.
We want to thank WCTV and you, Lucy, and all the personnel involved, John and so forth, and for helping us undertake this important event. And $20,000 again for this event, the same as $20,000 for the bowling, are large numbers to some, but I think if you look at it on the scale of everybody doing their small part, I would like everyone out in the audience to realize if you come and bowl and ask people to donate, or if somebody donates $10 or $100, I want each of you to think how much benefit that's going to do for the worldwide effort to eradicate blindness. $1,000 in an underdevelopment country is probably like $10,000 spent in America, because a lot can be done toward the medications, the vitamin A, and other education toward preventing blindness. So we appreciate your studio and all the efforts that's going into helping Lions Club here in Wadsworth to put on this program.
I think it's a challenge for WCTV, but I think it sounds like great fun and a worthy cause, too. I appreciate the opportunity to find out about the Lions Club and the things that they do for sight. I myself am very myopic, and who knows when I may need that glaucoma clinic, and my children, too. And just because I've had so much support here, I'm doing this for you. Bite 'em.
Don't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Don't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on the old banjo, singing fee-fi, fiddly-i-o. I'm hungry. Fee-fi, fiddly-i-o. Fee-fi, fiddly-i-o. Strumming on the old banjo. Roar lion! Roar lion! Roar lion! Fight it! Fight it! Fight it! That's your job!
is Dwight Powers, and I'm president of the Wadsworth Blue Tip Festival, 1997. 1997 is the 25th year of the Blue Tip Festival in Wadsworth, and we are honoring it this year with a number of important events. One of them is a train ride that we were at here this evening. The train is running from Wadsworth to Rittman and return from Rittman to Wadsworth. We are running the Blue Tip Express Friday evening at 7 o'clock and at 8:15. Saturday we have a full schedule of events. We're starting at 2 in the afternoon and running every hour from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In Rittman, you can disboard the train and go to the car show, which is in Rittman. They are sponsoring antique cars, funny cars, and souped-up cars. Well, you can also eat an ice cream cone in Rittman. Get back on the train on the half hour, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and return to Wadsworth. We also have a trolley that's going to pick up the people at the rail and take them to the Blue Tip Festival, where they can enjoy on Saturday night not only the carnival with the rides and the food, but also a fireworks display. On the train, the coach cars are 1930 vintage coach cars with a 1940 caboose. The cars have a capacity of 150 people. The caboose has a capacity of 15. And needless to say, everyone wanted to ride on the caboose.
We're going to need that box back here. I think so, yeah.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed this. Very
Well, you go there to New York for that.
Stairs that haven't been cleaned yet.
Oh, here's a winter coming.
Play this antifreeze checker.
Okay, here's the numbers there.
376-6017. 376-6017.
Hi there, Richard Bailey from Wadsworth. 1950 Chevy pickup truck. Completely redone. Red oak cabinet grade bed and box.
Sponsor work for ABCR. I'll be the conductor on the train rides today. Don't know much of what else to say.
My name is Melvin Knupp. I'm from Richfield, Ohio. I'm a trainman on the train today. My chief job is to keep people informed of what's going on and to look after their safety during the course of the trip. I've done this for many, many years, so it's good to get back to it again.
Hi, my name's John Falk. I live in Brecksville. I'm a member of the Midwest Railway Historical Foundation. Today I'm functioning as one of the booth attendants. By profession, I'm an accountant, and this is my weekend hobby. And we enjoy spending most of our time restoring these, but we also enjoy the opportunity to get out with the people and actually run the equipment and show off the equipment.
Hi, I'm Arnie with Midwest Railway, and we're here today. We're running the train from Wadsworth to Richmond and back. It'll go every hour from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. We have two of our old coaches here. The one behind me is 1929, and the one to the left of me over here is 1934. Both of them have been totally restored by the members of the Midwest Railway Historical Foundation, and they're both capable of operating on any kind of track or at any speed.
Hi, I'm Tim Schubert. I'm a volunteer, one of the volunteers with the Midwest chapter of the National Railway Historical Society. And today I'm going to be working as a car attendant. When I'm not working as a car attendant during restoration activities, I'm doing the lettering and the numbers that you see on the car.